The teasers dropped, the fandom went silent. In an instant, the entire K-pop world was turned upside down. The headline everyone is staring at, Jungkook ADMITS it, the secret photo they tried to hide.
Yeah, it's the kind of digital shockwave that completely paralyzes the timeline.
Right.
Like, we are looking at a story that bridges the gap between, internet detective work and real-world ground-shaking consequences.
Welcome to Starscope K-Report. Join Eric and Minji as they ride the Hallyu wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates. From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
And, this specific deep dive might just be the most layered story we have ever tracked.
We are getting right into it. Today, we're unpacking the explosive dating rumors between BTS's Jungkook, who holds the famous title of the Golden Maknae.
Right, because he literally excels at everything.
Exactly. And Winter, the lead vocalist of the powerhouse girl group aespa.
Which is just a massive pairing.
Huge. But, this goes so far beyond two celebrities possibly dating. We are tracking a timeline of so-called secret evidence, intense backlash from Korean netizens, and a literal corporate conspiracy theory.
Yeah, a theory suggesting these rumors are actively being weaponized by massive conglomerates to cover up, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
The sheer scale of this is staggering. You have matching tattoos and cryptic poetry on one side, and then you have deepfake technology and boardroom sabotage on the other.
It really highlights how the global spread of Korean culture, the Hallyu wave, operates on this razor's edge of public perception.
So let's trace this back to the origin point. How does a trail of digital breadcrumbs lead to a rumor big enough to threaten stock prices?
It's wild.
Based on reports from Koreaboo, the initial sparks didn't just happen overnight. This slow burn goes all the way back to July 2025.
Right.
And it started with things that, to anyone outside of this culture, might seem completely mundane.
You really have to understand the environment here. In the K-pop industry, hardcore fans, stans, they don't just casually consume content.
No, they forensically examine it.
Exactly. Because idols operate under this intense scrutiny and historically strict unwritten rules about dating. Any public display of affection is completely off the table.
Right.
So fans are conditioned to look for the truth hidden in plain sight. They look for love-to-grams.
Those subtle visual clues left on social media that signal a couple is together.
Yeah, which explains the fixation on the July 2025 details. We're talking about fans cross-referencing airport arrival photos to spot matching in-ear monitors.
And matching bucket hats.
Yes. A highly specific shared routine at a particular gym in Seoul, and the one that really gained traction, the matching nail polish.
Oh, wow, the nail polish.
Jungkook was photographed at an international airport sporting a very distinct shade of nail polish, right?
Right.
And just days later, Winter wore a nearly identical color during a broadcast performance. And in the language of fandoms, a sudden shared aesthetic choice like that is treated like a flashing neon sign.
Because their appearances are so fiercely curated by stylists, right?
Exactly. When an idol steps outside that curation with a hyper-specific detail that matches another idol, the fandom algorithm just instantly flags it.
And the physical clues quickly bled into the digital space. The Instagram handle drama was a massive turning point.
Oh, that was huge.
Jungkook briefly changed his Instagram handle to @MinJungkook. And Korean netizens, or Knets, instantly analyzed the linguistic gymnastics of that handle.
Right. They decoded my name as a shorthand for Min Jungkook.
Which is the linchpin, because Winter's real given name is Minjung.
But the internet never forgets. Fans dug into the archives to find out that the original registered handle for that specific account was reportedly at @Jungkook.
Which is a perfect, undeniable mirror of Winter's established handle at @Winter.
It's wild.
And when you stack that on top of the musical cross-posting, both idols posting the indie track Weather by Novo Amor just days apart, and both using Justin Bieber's song Devotion in their stories with the exact same sequence of emojis, the narrative puzzle starts locking into place.
It just creates this overwhelming sense of momentum. First, fans start projecting meaning onto the physical items.
Right.
When that doesn't get a reaction, they escalate to dissecting the digital footprint and the music choices. The fandom is literally crowdsourcing an investigation in real time.
It's impressive, honestly.
It is.
Yeah.
But all of that was just the appetizer. It was setting the stage for the main event.
The secret photo that absolutely shattered the internet. Let's talk about the Are You Sure footage. This is the new season of the BTS travel show. It's supposed to be casual, relaxed content.
Yeah. But hardcore fans are watching these episodes frame by grueling frame,
Poring over every detail.
literally pausing, zooming, and analyzing every reflection in a window. And during episode 2, right at the 15.23 mark, they spot it.
Wow.
Jungkook has his sleeves rolled up, and casually visible on his arm for a split second is a matching dog face tattoo.
A design that is seemingly identical to a tiny hidden tattoo Winter was recently photographed with.
And the eruption of emotion across social media was instantaneous. Finding a matching tattoo is the holy grail of dating evidence.
Because it's permanent.
Right, it's deeply personal. And the fact that it was caught on a casual travel show makes it feel authentic, like a slip-up the editors missed.
For a fandom conditioned to read between the lines, this was the ultimate validation of all their previous detective work.
Absolutely.
But hold on, I want to push back on this entire investigative process for a second. Let's look at this objectively for you, the listener.
Okay.
We're talking about two massive global celebrities who exist in the same overlapping industry circles.
Sure.
If they both happen to like a popular Justin Bieber song, or if they both wear black bucket hats, or, let's remember November 2025.
Well, the pizza incident.
Yes. If they both happen to eat pizza on the same weekend and post a picture of it, netizens immediately scream, "Lovestagram."
Yeah, that was a stretch.
Aren't we just seeing a massive collective case of confirmation bias? If you look hard enough for a pattern, human psychology guarantees you will find one.
That's true.
At what point does a total coincidence become a manufactured conspiracy?
Well, that's a highly logical way to look at it, but K-pop doesn't operate on standard logic.
Fair point.
The line between a genuine hidden message and pure confirmation bias is razor thin. Yes, the pizza rumor was an absurd stretch, but a matching dog face tattoo?
That's harder to explain away.
Right. And a perfectly mirrored Instagram handle. A timeline of overlapping musical posts with identical emojis. In an industry where artists are highly restricted in their public speech, they often resort to these micro-rebellions.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's why it's so hard to write this off as just a coincidence, and it's exactly why the fandoms went into an absolute frenzy.
And what did the massive corporate machines behind these idols do? Big Hit Music and SM Entertainment both issued official statements, but they didn't deny it.
No, they didn't.
They issued identical boilerplate statements simply asking the public to respect the privacy of their artists' personal lives.
And in the highly codified history of K-pop agency statements, silence is deafening.
Right.
A refusal to deny is almost universally interpreted by the public as a subtle confirmation. If a rumor is completely baseless, these agencies will usually deny it within hours and immediately threaten severe legal action for defamation.
But they didn't do that here. But wait till you hear what netizens uncovered next, because this goes way beyond analyzing a matching tattoo and straight into a real-world, full-blown fandom war.
Yeah, the transition from digital speculation to physical confrontation was incredibly swift.
We're talking about protest trucks rolling into the streets of Seoul. The South China Morning Post reported on this intense clash between domestic K-nets and international fans.
And for those unfamiliar with the mechanics of this, protest truck culture is a very specific, highly visible phenomenon in South Korea.
It's wild to see.
Fans will literally crowdfund thousands of dollars to rent massive trucks equipped with glaring LED billboards.
And they park these trucks directly outside the corporate headquarters of the entertainment agencies, slowly circling the block for days.
It is a way to take digital anger and physically shove it right into the faces of the executives.
A faction of domestic fans parked these LED trucks outside HYBE, and the messages flashing on the screens were ruthless.
They really were.
They demanded Jungkook erase the couple tattoo or step back from BTS activities. They were threatening his position in the group over this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, another truck was dispatched to SM Entertainment's headquarters, specifically targeting Winter. The message told her to live as Kim Min-jong if she wanted to date so loudly.
Demanding she drop the Winter of aespa persona entirely.
Right.
It's a staggering visual. These massive, brightly lit trucks, demanding that an idol step down or abandon their career over a rumored relationship.
It's intense.
It forces us to confront the immense pressure and the toxic sense of ownership some fans feel over their bias, their favorite member of a group.
And right in the middle of this real-world physical protest, Jungkook took to Instagram. And instead of calming the waters, he made a series of cryptic posts that poured absolute gasoline on the fire.
This is where the psychology of the idol really comes into play. Let's analyze the escalation of these posts. First, We have the May 2026 Japanese restaurant Instagram story.
Okay, great.
He uploads a video showing a massive spread of food. But the fans aren't looking at the food.
Oh, of course not.
They zoom into the background and spot 2 shot glasses on the table.
Immediately implying to the viewers that he is sitting across from someone.
But the real kicker was the text he overlaid on the video. He quoted lines from Lee Hong-gi's famous poem, Fallen Blossoms.
Wow. For context, this poem is deeply ingrained in Korean literature.
Yes, it's about the tragic beauty of a clean exit. The poem explores the concept of accepting defeat with dignity, knowing clearly when it is time to leave, and comparing that graceful exit to scattering flower petals.
The international fans fiercely defended this post, though. They were arguing that people were reading way too much into it.
Right.
They said, look, he just ordered too much sushi, he's full, and he's being melodramatic about having to stop eating. Which, to be fair, is a very on-brand, humorous thing for him to do.
It absolutely is. But domestic netizens didn't see a joke about food.
No.
They saw a cryptic, melancholic message about the state of his career or a turbulent relationship. And before that debate could settle, he posted again in July 2026.
And this time, it was an Instagram story playing Kamari's song, I Love Lucy.
The song choice is incredibly specific.
It is. It's an R&B track where the lyrics heavily explore a painful, suffocating conflict between wanting personal freedom and trying to stay anchored in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
It's a song about a partner wanting a traditional, settled life while the singer feels deeply restless and constrained.
And fans immediately connected the dots, remembering that the character named Lucy had previously been linked to Winter in older niche fan theories.
Oh, wow.
So the fandom isn't just seeing a song recommendation. They're seeing an idol practically confessing his internal psychological struggle out loud to millions of people.
And when fans feel like the narrative is slipping out of their control, they sometimes take matters into their own hands. This is where the story takes a deeply disturbing, borderline dystopian turn.
Yeah.
The terrifying AI deepfake video.
This is just a chilling escalation.
According to a detailed Reddit source that broke down the digital forensics of the situation, sasangs, which is the industry term for highly obsessive, invasive stalkers,
Right.
decided to manufacture their own evidence. They took a real video of Jungkook walking home late at night from 2023.
Oh,
Using advanced machine learning and AI, they falsely edited a woman into the frame, seamlessly generating her holding his hand, and released it into the wild specifically to validate the dating firestorm.
it's unbelievable. This highlights the absolute toxicity of sasang culture and agais.
Solo stands.
Right, the solo stands who strictly support only one member of a group and actively try to destroy the reputations of the others.
Yeah.
The emotional toll this takes on an idol is devastating. I mean, imagine being an artist prepping for a massive, highly anticipated musical comeback.
It's got to be so stressful.
The pressure from the label is already crushing, and now you have stalkers illegally manufacturing AI evidence to ruin your public standing. The technology is terrifyingly accessible now, making it incredibly easy to weaponize a false reality.
It is terrifying. But we have to trace this back to the root cause of why fans feel so entitled to an idol's personal life in the first place.
Okay.
I want to connect this to the broader foundation of the industry. Let's rewind to Jungkook's October 2023 Station Head livestream, which was heavily reported on by Soompi.
Right, I remember this.
During that broadcast, he was trying to shut down a previous wave of rumors. And to do that, he explicitly stated to the listeners, I don't have a girlfriend. My only girlfriend is ARMY. I just have ARMY now.
He laid it out very clearly, leaning directly into the core dynamic of the fandom.
So my question for you, the listener, is this. Did that well-intentioned promise completely backfire?
Well, for sure.
Are these fans lashing out with protest trucks and deepfakes because the fundamental parasocial contract they feel they signed was broken? If the entire K-pop business model is built on an idol looking into a camera and telling millions of fans that they are his only love, what happens when human nature inevitably takes over and that idol actually dates a real person?
You're hitting on the most fragile pillar of the entire industry. The K-pop model monetizes that exact parasocial relationship.
Right.
When an idol says, "You are my girlfriend," the fans invest massive amounts of time, thousands of dollars, and intense emotional energy based on that literal premise.
They really do.
They feel like stakeholders in the idol's life. So when reality punctures that carefully crafted illusion, the backlash isn't just standard celebrity gossip disappointment. It is processed psychologically as a profound personal betrayal.
It's a double-edged sword that cuts incredibly deep. If you love staying updated on your favorites and deep dives that explore the hidden mechanics of the industry like this, make sure you're subscribed to Starscope K-Report. We've got even bigger scoops ahead.
And that's not even the wildest part of this
Oh,
story.
no, it's not.
Later in the discussion, we'll talk about the shocking plot twist involving corporate sabotage that nobody saw coming.
Because as we look at the chaos of the tattoos, the protest trucks, and the deepfakes, we need to ask a massive question. Is this entire scandal just a highly orchestrated, manufactured distraction?
Right. We need to pivot to the macro view of the K-pop industry right now. We are looking at alarming reports from the Korea Herald and ongoing, heavily researched discussions on Reddit that paint a very dark picture of the corporate side of the Hallyu wave.
Before we get to the boardroom, though, let's look at the human element of BTS's future. The group has been trying to navigate the immense expectations surrounding their highly anticipated 2026 reunion following their military service. But recently, RM, the leader and foundational pillar of the group, took to a live stream and expressed severe, crushing exhaustion. He admitted to the fans that he no longer feels able to represent the team as its center, the way he used to.
His vulnerability was just hard to watch. He revealed that the psychological weight is so heavy he had thought tens of thousands of times about whether they should just disband or permanently pause the team.
Wow.
The sheer pressure of maintaining their status as global icons, completing their mandatory military service, and constantly navigating this intense, suffocating public scrutiny is clearly breaking them down.
And while the artists are dealing with this internal existential crisis, a massive corporate storm is raging around their agency, HYBE.
This is exactly where the story shifts from a pop culture dating rumor into a high-stakes corporate thriller.
HYBE founder and chairman Bang Si-hyuk is currently at the center of a massive legal firestorm. He is under active investigation by prosecutors and police for alleged stock fraud, specifically related to the company's initial public offering and financial maneuvering.
And we know from recent history that this is not an isolated tactic in the industry.
No.
Deep dive investigations on Reddit have highlighted that massive conglomerate companies in the K-pop space have recently been caught and officially investigated by the police for engineering negative social media campaigns against their competitors.
We are talking about the dark mechanics of astroturfing.
Yes.
There are paid, sophisticated PR businesses that specialize in creating artificial viral outrage. They deploy thousands of bot accounts and comment farms to flood platforms like X and Korean forums.
It's so manipulative.
These bots are programmed to pretend to be concerned members of the public or disillusioned fans, artificially manipulating trending hashtags.
And this brings us to the growing, highly credible theory taking over the internet. These corporate comment farms are intentionally weaponizing Jungkook and Winter's dating rumors right now.
Okay, explain that.
The theory suggests that corporate PR teams are flooding the internet with the tattoo photos and the cryptic poetry to purposefully manipulate the algorithm. They want to bury the search terms related to the CEO's stock fraud and replace them with dating scandal outrage.
It's like a magician's sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Or a squid inking the water to escape a predator.
That's exactly it.
HYBE is facing federal fraud charges, so they released this massive, murky cloud of dating rumors into the internet. By the time the fans, the media, and the public clear the water and figure out what's real and what's AI, the executives have already quietly slipped away from the financial scrutiny.
Right.
But if that mechanism is true, aren't the artists just collateral damage in a boardroom war?
It is absolutely chilling. We spend so much time analyzing the psychology of the idols and the behavior of the fans, but the dark reality of the industry is that these corporate entities will happily sacrifice an idol's reputation.
Yeah.
They will sacrifice the artist's mental health and intentionally fracture their relationship with the fandom, all just to save corporate face and protect a stock price.
It's awful.
They're taking the fans' genuine, albeit intense, passion and systematically twisting it into a shield for corporate PR.
Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update, because this story is far from over.
When you pull back and look at the sheer scale of the astroturfing, it forces you to question the reality of everything you read online.
It really does.
How much of the outrage you see trending is actually real human emotion, and how much is a calculated algorithm deployed by a crisis management firm?
And where does that leave the actual human beings at the center of this? Where does it leave Jungkook having his every move dissected? Or Winter being told to erase her identity?
Right.
Or RM, who is sitting in front of a camera exhausted to his core, trying to hold his brothers together while the ground literally shifts underneath them?
They are completely trapped in the machine they helped build. They are trapped by the obsessive nature of the sasaengs who casually create AI deepfakes to ruin their lives.
Yeah.
They are tracked by the rigid expectations of the fans who demand they remain single and perfectly available forever. And ultimately, they are trapped by their own multi-billion-dollar corporations who view their personal lives not as private matters, but as deployable assets to be used in a crisis.
We've covered a massive amount of ground today. We've gone from analyzing matching nail polish at an airport to uncovering the mechanics of corporate stock fraud and algorithm manipulation. And we want to leave you, the listener, with a final thought to really mull over.
The entire K-pop industry built its global empire on the fierce loyalty and the intense, meticulously cultivated parasocial relationships of its fandoms.
Right.
That deep emotional connection is the very engine that powers the Hallyu wave.
But what happens when that exact devotion is weaponized against itself? When the love of a fandom is manipulated by astroturfing algorithms, twisted by AI deepfakes, and exploited by corporate PR spin to hide financial crimes?
Yeah.
If the very connection that made BTS the biggest musical group in the world can now be seamlessly used by bad actors to tear them apart from the inside out, how will the Hallyu wave survive its own success?
That is the existential question the entire industry is going to have to answer, and they are running out of time to figure it out.
You've been listening to Starscope K-Report, where Eric and Minji bring you the stories shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.